Could you give us a ping on the map where we're at? Because I don't find
You're not on the map.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're northeast. You're way outside the Shackles at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The flags that we can recognize.
As a matter of fact, you can if you can see that far. If
I
you
got
were to
my-
perhaps make some sort of perception check by your officer who does that thing.
Wait a minute. Does this is this within my range of my special ability scope thing to look out there?
You want to use the scope? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
It works perfectly. You look. As you scope in, you're in the middle of a Chelish naval fleet with like 4 dreadnoughts and numerous frigates. It looks like there's about a dozen ships here in total.
That would be bad for us.
More importantly, they seem to have like Griffin riders. Like at least one of the ships has no weapons on it at all and seems to just have like elevators to bring griffins up from the hold and like launch them off of it.
A carrier.
Yeah. I don't know why you're surprised. This is Golarion
illusions.
technology.
Illusions.
It's not an illusion.
No, our illusion.
Oh, you're throwing up illusion? Yeah, you're like, emergency! We have to go into stealth mode before they ping us.
Before they kill us. Oh, you see me like brush out my scroll. Stealth mode.
Yeah.
I'll make water happen.
I feel like you should make a Arcana check real quick versus their ability to like... Whoever is casting the illusion, make some sort of Arcana or Spellcraft.
Okay.
To see if you can like get it up and have it be substantial before they check in on you.
16.
Okay, so yeah, here's how it goes. You aces are like looking through this through the far scope, right?
Yeah.
You see them, and you're like crafting the illusion in front of you, and as you're watching through the far scope, you see somebody like looking out in your direction. So it's weird because you're like seeing from 2 angles at once.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hi, Commodore! A ship to the south!"
I'm like, we've been caught.
We've been made.
Then your illusion still goes up, but they've seen you.
Yeah.
So they don't know where you are now. You're essentially
we're
almost
here.
invisible, but they know
Okay.
you're there.
And we are
didn't have the time to get
traveling
our course.
generally which direction?
You're traveling northwardly. So you're heading directly towards them, and they're shifting their ships to like a southerly contingent now.
Okay.
They didn't get our rate. They
We
didn't get
were
our course.
trying to go. We were going west and north from.
Yeah, you were following the eastern coast northward.
Okay.
So
All right, then
your
let's-
ship and their fleet or their squadron are now moving directly at each other.
All right. So let's see if we can swing wide of them. We
How
need
wide?
to change. We need to change tack.
Here's the thing: you can't go more than like 5 miles west, or you're going to get caught in the massive whirlpool that is the Eye of Abadango.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
How far around can we extend that illusion?
Silent Image has some pretty serious limitations.
Yeah. It's not.
And the thing is, I think you might only be able to do it frontwise. So let's see what Silent Image lets you do. Because your ship is 90 feet long, so if you make a turn, it's going to be real hard.
Right. We don't have enough image.
It's 4 10-foot cubes plus 10 per level. And what are you guys, like level 8 now?
Level
We should be
7.
hitting level 8 real soon, but right now we're currently level 7.
All right.
My cast level 6.
Oh yeah.
So at 7, you get 11 10-foot cubes, which is 110 cubic feet.
So 100 cubic feet.
Yeah, that's nowhere near enough to cover the ship when it's sideways. It's probably enough to cover it dead on because it's only 30 feet wide.
Right.
So you can like assemble a wall, but if you turn, you're going to be absolutely visible.
Or if we try to run, run through their line.
Can me and Novardi like combine our efforts together?
You could cover most of the ship. Yes.
Not Novardi. Sorry.
Alaris, yeah.
Alaris.
All right.
Everyone thinks Devin is like this super powerful. Listen, just because I want to actually tell you what Fredericks was. Fredericks wasn't just Dervish Dancer Magus. He was also the teleport blade one. The feats for Dimension Door that lets you take all of your attacks and use Dimension Door as like part of your attack to teleport around. It lets you flank with yourself.
Yeah. That's
You
what
leave copies of yourself all over the place. That's what he was.
Wow.
He was like a 13th level Magus.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Wow.
This guy is not a 13th level Magus, Mr. Devins.
Damn.
He's a gnome!
That dude is badass.
Yeah.
What was the samurai guy?
The samurai guy was a 9th level samurai. I thought he'd be an appropriate challenge in case somebody wanted to fight him.
Yep.
He was the Ayato Blade. The one where you were first strike. I don't know why I ever make these characters, man, because you guys are just like, fuck all these new NPCs that you spent time making.
Well, he kept volunteering.
Well, no, he's an absolute fantastic shoe-in for a ship with a captain that we don't trust.
Yeah, well, within a week she'll be dead.
Which was not exactly what the Commodore had in mind, but oh well.
It's what the first mate had in mind, and that
I guess
this
he'll be
is what you
running
have
his
a first
own
mate
ship
for.
by the time we get back. He'll be the captain. All right.
I love
well,
my NPCs
guys,
too.
It
It just
sounds
seems
like
like
we have two options: run towards them for as long as we can. Not directly towards them, of course, but run in their direction as long as we can. Hard turn and put the illusion up to the rear and run like heck the other way.
Yeah.
Or risk an about face right now and put the illusion behind us. One illusion in front, one illusion behind. So all they get is a very brief broadside and run like heck.
Yeah, because we have two of us that can do it. That's why I'm like, hopefully we can combo it
Right.
just enough. That
That's what I'm saying. One can do the front, one can do the rear, but we're not going to be able to do much about the broadside. But it needs to be now, because the closer we get, the worse this is going to get.
Quick, hide the drugs.
Oh god. From chat, think of it like a business. The first mate handles HR. I want to know what company you work for where HR kills the CEO.
Hostile
Dolphin.
takeover, you know?
Yeah.
Dolphin Fleet Incorporated.
Dolphin Fleet Incorporated.
All right.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was just thinking.
I felt like something had to happen with my character, to who's gonna who was killed by this person and worships Callistria. Otherwise, I don't think that the street cred would have worked.
No, dude, it's awesome. I love it.
All right. So, what's the plan then?
We have illusion in back, illusion in front, correct?
As far as I know, yes. So, you're going to flip around?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to.
All right, you flip around. By the time you get turned around, they've only approached like a mile. And now that you're up to speed, you can probably outrun them. However, the real issue is the Griffin Riders that are taking off.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because we're not going to be able to do much about them.
Can
Oh,
we
look,
extend
Mr.
the-
Wyvern. Tasty griffins.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, why don't you make a diplomacy check?
Hey, when do you guys do that? I'm busy driving the ship.
Do you literally you're like, hey, Wyvern, there's griffins, and then you're like, go convince him, other person.
I step forward. I guess I have to do this. Since I'm the only one that
Scourge
speaks
is not
the
known
language.
for his subtlety.
Yeah, I don't speak. I don't speak Draconic, so.
I do. I say, hey, Mr. Griffin, there's dinner over there.
Yeah, you took a pretty big penalty to that roll, and it wasn't great anyway. So he says, this one, the first frost of the new dawn, does not appreciate being addressed as Mr. Griffin.
Oh, sorry.
When one as low and as inferior as a worm as you are to address one so great as I am, please keep in mind that my race was young when the earth was new.
I say his name proper and say, do you want dinner?
He says, no, I already ate. Thank you.
I say to Captain, he already ate.
Oh,
You
well,
sure you don't
it's
want
worth
to
a try.
pack some up for the long road?
Well, it's worth a try. Okay.
I hear Griffin meat keeps pretty well.
I don't honestly know that we have a lot of options. We'll have to deal with them as they get closer, I suppose.
I'm telling the crew to ready the ballistae.
We're
We're gonna shoot
gonna
them out
have
of
to
the
ready
sky
the
if they get
ballistas
close.
and
If they get close.
Okay, I want to
long
point
range.
out ballistae are specifically not designed to fire high up in the sky.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but if the Griffins come down, of course, if all they're going to do is spot us and follow us, not much you can do. But if they come down and try to attack the ship, then we'll have some options for shooting them.
Yeah.
I tell people, I was like, all right, have your crossbows ready then.
Yep.
Because you can't. These are useless turrets. Can't shoot up.
All right. Yeah, we definitely need some kind of a siege engine that can fire more upwards because we keep running into
We need
flying.
to pay the Alkensky Gunworks a visit.
Yeah.
I hear that they have a branch in Port Peril.
Yeah.
And a giant pile of advertising there. Like the giant sign and the huge cannons and the flagship.
Uh,
Yep.
And the gun store.
All right.
Yeah. So I think that you should make a profession sailor check to see if you can outrun them long enough for it to get dark and them not to be able to spot you anymore.
All right.
Because here's the thing. With your illusions, you can make it difficult for them to catch you from overhead.
Right.
And so they basically have to keep like flying past you, finding a hole in your illusion gaps. Okay, you got a 35 on your profession sailor. I can't even roll against that because their handle animing is a 9. So a 29 is still not going to do it. Okay, yeah, you easily dust them. It's literally, I feel like we go like overhead anime style, and you guys like Tokyo drift around an island, and the Griffins get left in the dust, and they Mario Kart like they. Woo, 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 woo.
oh wow.
You just see these Griffins doing a Mario spin out into
Yeah, the Griffins get lost around the island.
some primary colored barrier of some kind.
Yeah, so as you guys sail off, I think that we have a scene back on the ship where the Griffins are landing, and a very jaunty-looking man. He looks kind of like Lord Beckett from Pirates of the Caribbean movies, the evil commander of the East Indies Company, and he's got his hands behind his back. He's like, Commander Peters, it would seem that your Griffins have failed us once again. There will be punishment in the ranks.
The puns.
Nice. Making friends and influencing people.
Yeah, and like as he says that, this huge like Master Blaster dude comes out with a whip and starts unraveling it from around his fist, and whoosh! And Peters just like stands at attention the whole time.
Wow, that's...
Yeah, the whole like that. All we hear is like the first like whip coming down and someone being like, ah. So yeah, you successfully Tokyo drifted a dozen Griffins and a squadron of Chelish battleships.
We should write that down. That's good. Good
That's
fodder
awesome.
for our storytelling for
Tokyo Drift.
what do you call it?
I like how you met an illusionist, and now your primary form of defense is illusions.
Yes. Wow.
Hey,
You're like, wow, that was really effective. I can't believe we've never thought of that before.
we learned from our mistakes. I mean, we only got to get hit in the face with it to.
Yeah. Well, I love it that like now every problem is a nail that can be solved with the hammer of fake.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
You see me give our first mate high five. Yeah, bros for life.
Which does bring up the question: what are you going to do now that the Blue Islands are being blockaded by the Chelish Navy? And in fact, a sea route that most, for instance, the Orange Smuggler Captain takes that particular route rather than go around the long way. So, just you guys would instinctually know that this route should never have Chelish ships here. That
Yes.
there should be a shit ton of pirate ships like harassing the crap out of these dudes.
Should be.
Should be, yeah.
You know, Captain, what if we were to, call to arms all of our sister ships? do you think we would stand a chance against the Chalish Navy that's here?
No.
We
One of
have
them doesn't have any.
Okay.
2 of them don't have any guns on.
Not
them.
even
yeah,
slightly.
we have 3 fighting ships plus whatever Sindar Quinn can
Sandara has 3 under her command.
bring to force. So that
She
gives
told me
us a
they
grand
still have
total
numbers.
of
They still have numbers, 2 to 1.
7.
Where are you getting 3 from? You've got the Carlas, you've got yours. Who's the third?
Our old ship.
Who did you give that to?
I don't know. We had an
sold that.
arrangement before we moved to the new ship.
Wasn't it with the people with like the white gloves?
Yeah, but
they were
who's
like-
in command of that? I don't recall. I thought you guys
Oh
sold it.
gosh, who did we put in charge of that? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was
Obviously,
before
what we
Golarion.
need now is to have a viewer go back through every single video until you find it. I asked somebody to do that once, and they did it. It was awesome. It was
I
the
remember you
scene
telling us. that
in
somebody-
Rise of the Rune Lord where my cat jumped on my hat and sat there for like 10 seconds during the middle of a combat, and I was just like, fuck this cat.
Well,
Someone
it's-
went back and found the video clip for me. It was awesome.
I just remember Lorraine was very happy about this ship because of the people were wearing white gloves and being
Yeah,
very nice.
You
and-
had
Oh,
it
yeah, I
was
forgot
what's her
about that
name
ship.
ship, the ship that you stole from the chick who is now in charge of the Blue Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ship.
that ship. So we got that one. We got this one. The one the illusionist
Oh
that
yeah,
we just
that
got.
one's is at the Rock. I remember now.
Yep. You would have left it in control of Lady Augusta Smythe. That sounds correct. Okay.
So we can.
Yeah, the
That's-
Thresher. Yep, got it. Boom, nailed it.
I just want to know
okay,
if we
so
had a
that's
chance.
3
that's
or
all.
4. That's 4 fighting ships.
You have Quinn's 3 plus Vicarla plus yourself plus the Thresher, which is 5. The Orange Smuggler technically had like a ballista or 2 on board, but you killed all of his men, so.
Not something we're going
they
to take. No,
still
wait.
have
You said
numbers.
Quinn has 3.
Yep.
And you counted 3 for us, and then said 5.
Vicarla, Lady Augusta Smythe, and yourself. I guess that would be 6.
That's
Yeah,
still, we're still
6
at number
against
2.
12. If we work
Yeesh.
on skirmish and hit and run tactics, we might do okay. But we got to do something about those griffins. So, okay.
Yeah, well, the chances
Oh,
of
no.
us actually
That's really grim.
losing everything would be too great.
Great.
I was just curious.
In the best.
So Mr. Devins shows up and he's like, "Why don't we just go to Hell's Harbor? This is the area their fleet is supposed to be patrolling. I wonder what's happening."
Yeah, we could check that out on the way back.
Yeah, we could check that out.
Well,
I
that
happen
would
to
be
like
wonderful.
Hell's Harbor. There's a
Well,
lot of my good friends there. A lot of halflings.
That will be
I thought you-
wonderful, but in the meantime, we still need to get to the Blue Isle. So going to Hell's Harbor is not going to help.
Yeah, that's like on the way back because when you come into Shackles, you have to go past Hell Harbor.
So you're going to have to help me out with because I don't know the exact layout we're talking about here. Is there any way we can maneuver around them? I mean, like if we risk a closer trip to the whirlpool or something, is there some way we can skirt the edge of this?
Can we ride the whirlpool?
No.
So the thing with
No.
I think it rotates the wrong direction. First off, I'm gonna have to pull up my Golarion map now.
It's going to be fighting against us.
We'll just ride it the long way around. Probably make the same amount of time.
That
Really
would
need to get-
take a super long amount of time. It's pretty.
No, I'm not
massive.
saying go completely around it. I'm just saying get.
So it rotates clockwise, and it's
So we would be
the
going.
channel you're in is only 5 miles wide. So if you were to ride anywhere near it, you would be going in completely the wrong direction. The wind would probably push you in irons, which is when your sails are going the wrong direction.
Right. Okay. Well, crap, y'all.
Till next time.
I mean, till next time.
Well, I thought we had to do. We're doing the Blue Owl things.
Yeah. What are you
Yeah,
doing
we just
about
got to
it?
figure out how to get there. Well, they're not likely to be running sails at night. We may try to ease by them after dark. Now that we've
Yeah.
run the Griffins till dark.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We do have crew with dark vision. We have officers with dark vision, so if we can keep the crew going.
Oh boy.
Put the crew on rotating shifts and give them extra.
We don't have that many crew with dark vision.
What's
You're gonna
that?
have to sail the ship essentially blind.
Do we have any other options though?
Next to a giant whirlpool.
I mean, for the Blue Islands, likely not.
When you ask that, Mr. Devins, of course, offers his opinion. He says, "You know, it's only a few days to turn around and go back to Hell Harbor. We could come back with a big fleet. In fact, shouldn't the Shackles be warned about this? Aren't you concerned at all?"
Yes.
Well, I understand if you want to go on to the Blue Isles. I'm sure that this giant Chelish fleet that shouldn't be here, everything will be fine.
Fine.
He's smiling the whole time. He probably like takes out a flask and just drinks from it.
You see me like, I want to go, but this is really important. My lord needs my help.
Scourge is gritting his teeth to keep from throwing this gnome overboard.
Yeah, so, yeah, you do have some... You definitely could probably get through the Chelish fleet at night.
He raises a couple good points, though, particularly about...
Yeah, but...
Bringing back a bigger army. Navy, I should say.
Well, we may be able to go back and round up a bunch of folks who want to just go whale on the Chelish. But
we could go to Drenchport as well.
Of course, then again, like Arthur said a while ago, a couple of days as compared to the months it's take us to make the trip anyway is probably not going to be that big a deal.
I'm just thinking about, you know, minimizing the risk to our crew and our ship.
Yeah.
And coming back with friends would be very beneficial.
How about we go to Hell's Harbor and start warning people? And we go to Drenchport to see what else this guy knows, because I think we just found the Chelish fleet.
You found a squadron.
Yeah, I was going to say
the Chelish fleet for the Shackles is hundreds of ships. The issue is that they never make it to the Shackles. They spend all their time roaming around the ocean, hoping to catch stray pirates.
Yeah.
Well, we caught a squadron that's not
if they did come into the Shackles, they'd face every single floating device, you know, in the entire place. So.
Of course.
All right. Well, we're gonna
assuming that there's not pirates working for them. Wait, aren't you investigating a spy ring in the Shackles?
Yeah.
You know, I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah, that Jameis Keft guy.
Yeah.
Someone wrote that down, of course, right?
Yep, Jameis Keft, Drenchport.
I was about to say, you remember what city he's from, but yeah, Dan's on point tonight. Holy shit.
Yeah, we're supposed to go to Drenchport and find out if he's selling secrets to the Chelish.
I'm on point when I'm half asleep.
All right, as much as I hate to say it, I'm afraid that the Blue Isles are going to have to wait, and I really don't want to agree with Mr. Devin, but...
I understand. The greater good must be taken care of.
Are you saying that out loud? Mr. Devin's sitting back smiling and just drinking?
No, he's on the other side of the door. We're...
Oh, of course, once again, like, as soon as he says anything, you send him out to the hall.
Yeah.
As soon as he says the greater good, I just repeat, the greater good.
Okay.
All right, so... Yeah, I'm afraid we need to get this word back, and risking the Maelstrom. What's it called?
Eye of Abadango.
The Eye of Abadango is probably not worth the risk now. So let's do our pirate duty and go get as many people as we can to come spank the Chelish while they're out here.
Okay. All right. After a few days, you arrive at Hell's Harbor. There are dozens of ships here, and as you approach the gray darkness of the city, a steel colored, you know, like kind of like a blue gray, Corsair, a customs official, begins like zooming towards you at high speed with both sails and oars. Nothing you haven't seen before. This happened the same last time. They pull alongside you, and a customs official comes out and says, "What's your business here, Captain?"
We're bringing warning of a Chelish war fleet.
Yes,
on the
Chelish
edge of
Warfeet.
Shackles.
We have a check mark for that. Understand. How long will you be staying here in Hell's Harbor?
I don't think we have business much past overnight, maybe a day or two.
So I should mark you down for pleasure then.
Business?
I suppose.
Do you have any declarations to make?
No. We don't. We don't have any goods or anything, right? Other than our plunder.
Well, the plunder is definitely goods, but you aren't selling anything here, right?
No, we're not selling anything.
Okay. Yeah, he's just marking things down. So he says, well, I think that's about all I need. Thank you very much for your assistance in this customer service support environment. He, like, signs the receipt and takes it off and hands it to you. He's like, this is a 2-day pass. Make sure that you check with a customs official before leaving port.
Very good.
And, like, as he's doing that, you can see the captain of his vessel's like, wait, did you say there was a Chelish fleet coming?
That's why we're here.
All right. He breaks out, like, a little tiny hammer and begins ringing a... So there's, like, a ship's bell. But there's, like, a much larger bell on his ship that he begins hitting with the tiny hammer, and it's like, ba-dong. And, like, as he does that, almost every other ship in the harbor, like, it's 10 or 15 seconds, and then you hear somebody else do it, and then there's, like, 10 people doing it, and then there's, like, 50 people doing it, and then the whole city, you see people are, like, pulling bells from churches and from large buildings.
Holy
and
shit.
the water is, like, actually vibrating from the sound of this.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
loud as fuck.
All right.
And all of the ships that are, like, roaming around doing stuff are all converging on the port now.
Okay.
What are you guys
All
doing?
right. We're going to head in and find the portmaster.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the port master, you know, takes your customs receipt, and it's just like, so, how long will you be staying? He looks exactly the same as a customs official. Pretty much like his twin brother.
No longer than necessary. We're only here to bring warning.
Ah, understood. You're the one reporting something? They say a Chelish fleet's coming.
Yes. Well, not coming, but there's a Chelish fleet in the area. We have to assume that they're up to the worst.
Well, perhaps you should pass the information to me. I'll make sure it gets to our naval commanders.
I'll look at my officers.
Mr. Devin immediately
Don't want to
appears and
say
is
out
like,
loud, do we trust him, but...
yeah, Devin's like, that sounds entirely reasonable. I trust this Chelish fellow, don't you?
Of course. Oh yeah, may I speak with?
Chelish.
Oh yeah, I came in to check in with me.
Yeah, like almost the entire population of Hell's Harbor are Chelish expatriates that are like running from the law or...
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I also asked request.
They all have real reason to not be happy about the Chelish being.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked for a. Is it okay? I can request audience from my lord.
Yeah, and we'd like to speak with him as well.
Okay, yeah, you request an audience with Fredericks and Demian, the Grand Admiral.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So he says, well, I can certainly arrange that. And who are you to be asking for such a meeting?
The
Commodore
lord of
Scourge.
and the counselor of the Brulaus.
He's like, oh, I see. Yes, we have a noble lord here and a free captain. Well, I can certainly see what I can do. And
Yes.
he pulls out like a stone and starts speaking into it,
Mm-hmm.
and then holds it up next to his ear and waits a couple minutes, and then he's like, okay, well, sounds like they've got a meeting for you arranged. If you can be down at the Hall of Administration in the next half hour. He's just getting out of a meeting with the High Priest of Asmodeus.
That's not a sentence you hear every day, but okay, we will be there.
Okay, yeah. So we swoop, and we come back to a new scene where Admiral Aranax and Demian is there. Yeah, I even got his picture still, so let's pop that up.
Oh, let's see him.
Yep. Dude is a straight-up strategic baller.
That picture.
Yeah.
That picture.
He looks almost undead. He's hideous.
He's super pale.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like picking at some lint on his coat and says, ah, Aces, I see that you're back. I
Yeah.
trust that My gods, man, you look absolutely hideous. What happened to you?
Fortunately, I came into a scrape with death and had to be reincarnated back.
Well,